3 hours of HWPO training in 35 seconds because hard work pays off. Bamboo bar overhead squats. Regular overhead squats, working on that shoulder stability and that squat strength. Full snatches. Snatch high pulls. Dumbbell snatches because we want to be snatched. Snatch weights and all. One arm overhead walking lunges. Down and back. Tough Metcon right there. Heavy weighted reverse lunges, 3 sets of 21-35. We finish off with some pin lay rows. Thanks for watching. Like, comment what you like.
So we're going to be very intentional and deliberate, right? There's some stuff we're going to do every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, every Friday, every Saturday, every Sunday. We're going to be very intentional and deliberate, and we're not going to let success happen to us. We're going to go take it. We're going to go create it. We're going to make up something that never existed before. I don't know, and maybe you guys know more than I do, but I don't know any motivational speaker in the world with a baseball hat and a pair of Yeezys. I don't know with the blue jeans on. I don't know the guy with the shorts and the t-shirt. Last time I checked, they all had on a nice white shirt with a nice blazer, right? And they all had a certain look. We made something that didn't exist before. We created it. We call it the hip hop preacher. We made it up and we made it popular. As a matter of fact, if you go online now, there are many sources that would say we're where in the world, CJ? #1 in the world. We made it up. So if it doesn't exist, don't worry. Make it up. No, I'm being honest. You think I'm playing? Just make it up. I'm a college graduate with a PhD. Never happened in my family before. I made it up. Nobody in my family has ever written books. We just made it up. CJ is a graduate. Candace is a graduate. Carl is a graduate. Tamisha is a graduate. We just made it up. And here we are in New Zealand. Let me tell you something. Most people that I grew up with will never see this. They'll never see this place. We've been all over the world. So look, you can make it up. You have within you the ability not to be a copycat. You have an ability to go to an industry and change that industry forever. It's in you, and that's why you're in this room, and that's why I'm challenging you when you walk out of this room. Anybody see the St. Louis video I did where I was going off on this kid at a high school? Anybody raise your hand? I just want to see a couple people who saw that. Hands out, watch this guy. People ask me, why would you do that? I said, because I loved him. And I saw greatness in him. And if you love somebody and you see greatness in them, you can't let them walk out and stay the same. So I'm challenging you today because greatness is in you and I need you to activate it. All right, so before I go to my last 2 slides, this is going to be painful for some of you, but I need you to think about what I'm going to say, and I want you to be honest. Nobody's watching. I'm not collecting this. I want you to be honest. The highest scale is 120%, and people ask me, E.T., why not 100? Because 100% means that you do exactly what they tell you to do, and you do it very well. 120% means you know the benchmarks, you reach the benchmarks with greatness, and then you create your own benchmarks. That's 120. So on a scale, being 120 is the highest. What you say, E.T., in terms of my life, in terms of being intentional, in terms of going at it, in terms of creating what does not exist, in terms of waking up every day and boom, making the most of every day, I can honestly say I'm at 120%. I'm giving everything I have. I don't have anything else left. You're giving 120. I just want you to raise your hand. I'm giving 100. I don't have nothing else left. E.T., I'm giving 90%. I'm giving about 90% effort right now. Okay, 80%, raise your hand. I'm giving about 80% effort. Good, write it down, write it down. I know me, and I know what I'm capable of. I'm probably giving 70% effort. Let me see your hand, 70% effort, good. Hands down, 60%, write down the number. 60%, good, good. 50%, I know me. I'm probably giving 50%. Let me tell you something. New Zealand Air, is it New Zealand Airlines? Is that what it is? Let me tell y'all something. We were in England, and we flew to Poland, and somebody put us on EasyJet. And when I saw the airplane, I said, something's wrong. This is crayons. Somebody used crayons. Right? It's like 4 colors. I'm like, there's something wrong with this, right? Never been on it before, but it looks average. We had to walk and go down and walk like a mile to get on the plane. I'm like, okay, something's wrong. We're walking a mile 0.5. This is. I could have jogged this. We started walking in, I saw the seats, I saw the way the people were, and I was like, unbelievable. One girl had like on a blue hookup, another one had on an orange. My man had on like lime green, like nobody was matching. I was like, this is average. I'll be honest with y'all, we fly Virgin, and so the Virgin told us all the flights are gone, you guys are gonna be on New Zealand Air. I'd never been on New Zealand Air before in my life. I asked a lady, I was like, are they good? Like y'all switching with them, like y'all, I bought from Virgin. Y'all switching with New Zealand, we good? She's like, are you gonna be fine? So we walked up to the counter. All of them had on the same exact outfit. I was like, whoa. They looking, I told her, I said, you looking good, right? Everybody was friendly. Right? Everybody's like that family atmosphere. Matter of fact, we had a little challenge that we didn't know what our flight was. She's like, don't worry about it, I'll take care of it. I'll call Virgin for you. She called my man at Virgin. He walked over and brought our returning tickets. I was like, yes. We get on the plane. I'm like, ooh, do they lay down? I'm like, we about to lay down to go there? Wow. TVs popped out, but the boom, TV. I'm like, wow. I couldn't sit down. What you like, champagne? Apple juice, orange juice. I was just like, can I have everything? It's like, no, pick one. I was like, oh, I'll take the orange juice then. I'm talking about, man, we had a conversation. I don't remember the young lady's name, but we had a conversation with her for about 25 minutes. I was like, can you do that? Don't you have a job? We were in the air, and she just was, and where are you from? And you do what? And it's not your first time. She said, how many restaurants did she tell us about? See, about 6. The Grill, you remember any other ones that were on there? That's just a whole bunch of restaurants. I'm talking about, I didn't want to get off. When we landed, I was this. He was like, I'm like, I'm good. I'm like, I hope when we go back, they cancel Virgin. Because I don't want to fly Virgin no more. I want New Zealand Air. I mean, it was an incredible experience. 120%. 120%. I went in the bathroom, guys. The bathroom had a window. I was like, I love it. Look, I went back. I didn't even use the bathroom. I went back and grabbed my phone and went in there and did a video. I was like, all right, y'all, first time, you're not gonna believe this. Okay, you see that? And then they had, what was the little decorative thing they had in the, was it like it was a towel made like what was it? What's that again? Yeah, there we go, origami. He's smarter than I am, right? I didn't know the name for it, right? And it's right, I'm saying, what? Like a cruise ship, it's right there. And so I'm in the bathroom videoing. I forgot to use the bathroom, right? I was so excited. That's 120. And can I tell you the truth? I hate when people give 70%, but they want the life of somebody that's giving 120%. I challenge you, your life is where it is because of the percentage that you're giving. That's why I get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Why? Because I'm 120 and I'm living the 120 experience. All right, so let's get out of here. All right, real quick, I gotta go. All right, so what's your routine? I need you to have a routine. I want you to get up at the same time every day for the rest of your natural life or earlier. Right? Take breaks when you need to take breaks. Your body will tell you, your creativity will tell you. So we're not saying don't take breaks. A part of going 120 is knowing when to rest. You need a daily routine. What time you go to bed, what time you wake up, what are the activities of the day. Now, Glenn, I don't have any empirical evidence, but I believe for every goal you have, there might be 1,000, 2,000 activities that have to take place in order for that dream to become a reality. I need you to identify what those are. I don't know what it is for you, but in order for me to do a video, there's a lot that has to take place in order for me to do a video. One, making sure that the clothes that I wear actually match the content. Making sure the environment I'm in is in the right environment. Listen to me, when we were with Rebel Sports this morning, we were unfortunately in an environment where there was a studio, it was a lot of noise, we had to do a few takes, right? While we were prepared, we weren't in the best environment because we had to do several takes. People ringing the doorbell in the middle of our take. Now that's kind of difficult when you're like me and like you feel stuff and you got to start all over again, right? So I don't know how many activities, but I guarantee you for every milestone, right, there might be 1,000 tasks. And I need you to identify what those are. And I need you to do it daily. Because this is what happens. When you start doing it daily, there's a momentum that happens. And there's some success that starts to happen to your life just because. Now look guys, I did a couple videos, a couple voiceovers in the States, and guess what happened? Now I'm doing them all over the world. Right, got it? And so today a big one came out in the States during a football game. Goodyear, are you blimp worthy? And here I am with a video releasing, and I'm in New Zealand doing another, right? So routine, good, we good? Good, routine, good, good. So what's your routine? Now be honest, how many of you guys in this room already have a routine that you're giving 120% to? Raise your hand. You're giving 120% to that routine, no variation. How many of you about 90% of the time you're sticking with your routine? Good, 80% of the time you're sticking with your routine. Good, good. 70% of the time you're sticking with your routine. Good, 50% of the time you're sticking with your routine. Good, here's a key. If you don't have your dad in your life, your mom got pregnant early, you don't have a lot of money in the bank, you don't have a deep network, you can catch all the guys. I could name all the top motivational speakers for you. And I caught them by using this routine. So I caught them, right? So I caught them. I'm going to prisons, I'm going to elementary, middle schools, high schools, I'm going to small universities, major universities. This is how I catch them. I have a routine. And what I've discovered is that the bigger you get, the less you do. So I just did the opposite. The bigger I get, the more influence I have. I was just with a guy back at home with the Clippers. His name is CP3. He's a basketball player. He has about 5 million followers. So we were on together. He was like, yo, ET is the best motivational speaker in the world. So all my stuff went up, right? So immediately after that, boom, I'm hitting schools. Like I will not be outworked. So I'm the opposite. When my influence goes up, my work goes up, which means what? Now I can go into a school because I'm famous back at home. I can go to a school and I don't need to do any paperwork. I can just call and say, yo, I'm in Detroit today. I'm in Chicago today. I'd love to come to your school. And they're like, we'd love to have you. When can you get here? I can be there in an hour. We'll have all the kids in the auditorium when you get here. Right? So my routine is how I kill them. Listen to me. This is what I love about what I teach. It doesn't require money and you don't need a certificate. Listen to me very close. You don't need anything to have a routine, but make your mind up that you want a routine and that you're going to stick with that thing, right? So I'm not saying you have to get up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning like I do. I'm not saying that. You can get up whenever you need to get up, but you need a routine and you need to stick with that routine. All right? Good. I just want to show you. 2:30 a.m., 4:30 a.m. That's my spiritual, my personal time, my prayer, and my meditation. Every day it happens. Right? Every day it happens. I start the same way. Spiritual. I just believe that I need to be spiritually strong. I believe that, right? Now, I don't teach that to other people. I'm not telling you to be what I am, but this is what's important for me, all right? Number 2 is the physical. I'm hitting that treadmill, right? Stationary bike, push-ups, sit-ups. That's my thing. And now I have a prayer line from 5:30 to 6:30 in the morning. There are a group of men that I call, and we hold each other accountable. We talk about this is what our goals are for the day. This is what we need to get accomplished. And at the end of the day, we actually take what we've accomplished and we put it on a board, right? GroupMe, anybody heard of GroupMe before? It's an app called GroupMe, and we're all together, and we put all our stuff up at the end of the day. Can I be honest with you guys? I think I'm more committed to the accountability than I am to the actual physical workout. Does that make sense to anybody? Like, I don't think that I really like working out, but what I don't want is everybody's putting up their stuff and I don't have nothing to put up. So I think that I'm not really like into, being physically fit. I'm into accountability, right? So every day this happens. Good. C was teasing me. Where were we? Were we in England? I was on a prayer line, right? And what do you call that package that I had? The blowout. Meaning what, C? Yeah. How many prayer lines do I hit? Why? Because no matter where I'm in the world and no matter how much it costs, I have to stick with my routine because my routine has made me great. If it costs $5,000 to talk on the phone and to be able to do that right there, my routine, that's what Warren Buffett said, richest man in the world. I'm in the room with 30 dudes and the richest man in the world, and he talks about his routine, how he has the same routine. And I'm saying if the richest man in the world has a routine, it's not rocket science. Seems like the routine must be the thing to do. Right? And some of you are losing. You are losing because you don't have a routine. You are losing. Listen to me, I know my wife so well that I know how much time I have to spend with her. I know how many days in a row I have to spend with her. She's an only child. It gets to a point where you're getting on her nerve. And now that she has MS, what happens is there's a coating on your nerve that's no longer there. And so you really, when she said you getting on my nerve, like she really means you get on her nerve. I know my wife only needs 2 hours a day. But it's 2 hours, very intentional, deliberate, focused 2 hours. Not on the phone, not watching TV. She needs you right here. My wife's like, I'm taking my nap. I need you. I'm like, I don't even like to sleep. All right, just hold me. And when I fall asleep, you can get out. And if I hold her 5 times out of 7 days, she's going to say I'm an excellent husband. If I only do it 4, she's like, you're a good husband. If I only do it 3, she's going to call, see, he worked too much, see? What are you guys doing? See, you need to talk to your boy. See, it's getting out of hand now. He's spending too much time on the business and not enough time with his. See, hey, E, man, I'm gonna need you to do 2 more days. I'm like, I got it, see. Am I real? Am I telling the truth? I know how many days it's gonna take. And if I only do 3, I know C getting the call. I already know it. I have to text him, see, you about to get a call. I'm gonna need you to balance it out now. I know she's right, but give me a little love, right? All right, so I need this from you guys. Then finally, 6:30 to 8 o'clock, my kids are at the university now, but when they used to be home, breakfast, iron my wife's clothes the last 20 years. I've ironed her uniform. She's a nurse. Last 20 years, right? So listen to me, guys. I'm winning. I'm winning. I have a blue, I guarantee you, the All Blacks, I guarantee you the coach don't say, hey, you guys are great. Just get out there and play. It's gonna be a great game. Coach, what about the strategy? We don't need a strategy, we're great. Just go out and do your thing. What position am I? Don't worry about positions. Everybody just go, beast mode. We've been winning for years, we'll continue to. We don't need a strategy, just go beast mode. It's not how it works, guys. They have this and you don't. Come on, page 2, guys. 8 to 1, grind, read, write, school, gigs, meetings, quality time. My wife, every day she comes home, CJ, it never fails. We do what at 1 o'clock? Good. It's so, let me tell you something. It's so bad, C got it. See, where did we go to lunch at? Just give me the spots. Outback. First of all, I love it because the Outback is an Australian restaurant that we go to at the state. It's like down under, right? And so I came to Australia like, yo, I gotta go to the Outback, baby. Let's go to the Outback. He was like, the who? I was like, come on, the Aussie onion rings. He's like, we don't have that. I'm like, it's gotta be. I heard the Australian accent on the commercials, right? So at least 2-3 times a week back at home, we feel like we're still in Australia. We're going to the Outback. Where else do we go? Cheesecake Factory. What's my favorite, see? Chipotle. Guys, I do it so much, it's a joke now. He'll call me at 1:15 like, where you at? The Outback. I'm like, yep. He's like, yo, you keeping that place alive. You know they would close if it wasn't for you, right? So guys, I need it. I need it. This is why most of you are losing in certain areas, because you don't have this. One, you don't have meaning attached, you don't have value, and you don't have your schedule. I need you to get your schedule, all right? Come on, simple stuff. I'm not real smart. I'm not a real school smart guy. But watch this. This is the second thing or third thing of how we blew up. Not only do we know what our sweet spot is, we hit the same spot every single day. This is the beauty of a routine. Now, this is what I'm telling you. You cannot bring a tree down by hitting it 1,000 times. If you hit a tree 1,000 times, there's no guarantee it's gonna fall. What do you mean by that, Eric? If you hit a tree 1,000 times in 1,000 different spots, the tree is not gonna fall. But if you hit a tree 1,000 times in that same exact spot, she's gonna come to the ground. Your problem is you did hit it 1,000 times, but in 1,000 different places. What makes us unique is that we do the same thing every Monday you get in TGIM. Every Thursday you get in our podcast. Are you hearing me? It's the same stuff. We hitting the same spot every day. And even when you're not real smart and you're not that deep, guess what? You can still bring the tree down by hitting the exact same spot. When you see me on the road, I got the same outfit. I'm so bad, I wear the exact same outfits. Only thing might change is my shoes. I got the same hat, I got the same shirt, I got the same short, I got the same. My wife said, are you still wearing them same shorts? I said, absolutely. She said, how many pairs do you have? I said, 1. I just wash. I need you to do me a huge favor, stop trying to be deep. I need you to do the exact same thing every single day for the next 10, 15, 20 years and watch that tree come down. And watch you go from 0 to a multi-million-dollar company, to working with the top NFL teams, which is our football league, the top NBA teams doing commercials. Nothing's changed, guys. I'm doing the exact same thing I was doing 20 years ago. I just keep doing it. You see the YouTube videos where my man just going at it, he behind the fence, the other one is right there, and he just, I was like, I thought you wanted to fight. I need you to get to the point where you're the Rottweiler. You ain't gotta do a whole bunch of talking. You just want that thing. You like a pit bull, you just want that thing. Y'all ever seen a pit? Once the pit lock in, it's a wrap. You have to kill it to get it off. That's why you don't have what you're supposed to have. You still timid.
You are a 1,
you cannot expect to lead 2s, 3s, 4, 5s. If you're a 1, you can only lead 0s. It doesn't make you a bad person. You just need to focus on 0s. The problem is you are 1 trying to lead 3s. But when you become the right person and you become a 10, you become a leader. Why? Because 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, they follow you. So listen to me. When we leave, I'm gonna walk you through some stuff, but before we leave, I just need you to be the right person. So I was listening to a young lady, on Instagram with my wife, and she was like, well, why do men do this? My wife was like, I don't know why my wife was talking to Instagram. I was like, sweetheart, she can't hear you. But my wife was like, young lady, you're not dealing with men, you're dealing with boys. So you're having problems. And I said to my wife, I was like, wow, we've been married 31 years. And as I became a man, my wife started doing things that she wouldn't do when I was a boy. And my professors started doing things they wouldn't do when I was a boy. And businesses started doing things for me that they wouldn't do when I was a boy. But when I became a man. And so for those of you who, I don't want you to think leadership is you're over somebody. I don't want you to think leadership is a title, because it's not. Leadership is you become. So I want to say it one more time. We're going to get started. Kia said to me the other day, I was speaking somewhere and he was like, a marriage thing. And he was like, man, I can't wait to get married. I was like, whoa, relax. He's like, I'm trying to find love. I was like, you can't find love. Like, it's nowhere. Like, if you could find it, I would tell you where it is. But you can't find it. I said, here's what I want you to do. I want you to spend time becoming a man. And somewhere in this world, she's becoming a woman. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but somewhere, you're gonna be somewhere doing man stuff. And she's gonna be in the same room doing woman stuff. And y'all gon'. As a matter of fact, here's what blew my mind, right? I just figured this out about 3 or 4 years ago. I've been with Dee Dee since 90, we got married. 87, we started dating. Some kind of way my wife and I were talking about 3 years ago. And I come to find out that my wife's mother was close to my family. I didn't know her. And my wife was at the same funeral with my 5-year-old cousin when he died. I was about 7 years old, she was 6. We were literally in the exact same location at 6 and 7 years old. We both were at the funeral, but we didn't get married or meet each other then because we were both kids. But when we both grew up and realized what we wanted to do in our lives, we collided at a church and we went to college together and got married after our freshman year. Today is about becoming. And once you become, you won't. So I'm not number one in the world. Listen to me. I see you. I'm not number one in the world, guys, because somebody told me to go on YouTube. Nobody told me to go on YouTube. There was a recession. Ford, GM, Chrysler went down, and I just thought, what up? I just started motivating people on Monday. It's your boy, E.T. But thank God it's Friday. There is no thank God it's Friday without thank God it's Monday. You don't have no money on Friday if you ain't went to work on Monday. There's no partying if you broke. So let's not focus on Friday. Let's focus on Monday. Because if we have an explosive Monday, we can have a phenomenal weekend. And the world started listening to my stuff. And then I went from doing it on Monday because the world was loving it. I'm walking through the airport. People like, what up? Do that thing you do. I'm like, what? The what up? I'm like, that's corny. Like, bro, I'm from the D, bro. I don't be just walking around doing that. I just do that. That's like asking JJ Dynamite every time he walking around. Like, bro, I don't do that, bro. That's corny. They was like, no, do it though. And I was like, all right, what up? I'm in the airport feeling crazy. What up? It's your boy, E.T. And the world started loving it. So guess what I do? I started doing it every day. And then I started doing it twice a day. Then I started doing 3 times a day. That's just what I'm saying. 120. Nobody told me to do that. I just started developing. How did you get so much content? I was just reading a whole bunch of books. What makes the great great? I was just reading books. So here's what I need you to do for me. I need to develop the whole you. Why? Because when you look at this building, right, that's the